He has absolutely nothing to say.
The Bay is our livelihood.
He's out there protecting us.
They would place coins underneath the map.
The worst we've had in 50 years, in my opinion.
One, two, three, four, 1, 2.
There's an incredible sound coming out of Smithfield High. It's the school's jazz band under the direction of Aaron Hill. Hills led the band to win several awards.
Here's the Mamma Jammer right here.
Including this one for first place in a national competition. Well now, thanks to one student...
Yeah, where's Hannah? Hannah!
Hill's being singled out to win something.
It is an impossible challenge to write down all of the wonderful things that he has done.
He had no idea his bass player, Hannah Shoemaker, sent me this email.
He really goes the extra mile when it comes to helping his students more than any teacher or coach I've ever had. He's always there to lend an ear to a student in need or give advice to those who are seeking it.
This Army retiree, Hannah tells me, is teaching leadership in and out of the classroom.
Just incredible the effect that he has. And the actions he takes for his community are not monetary, but it changes the lives of his students for the better. And I would like to thank you on behalf of myself and my fellow students.
Hill admits he was working hard to fight back tears.
We are presenting you with the People Taking Action Award, Aaron Hill.
Oh, boy. Wow.
And we have a community partner, Southern Bank, and they have a $100 Visa gift card for you.
Great. I will use that.
And Hannah helped me with the People Taking Action pin.
All right, let's take a look. All right, let's show the class. What do you think, guys?
Not surprising, Hill is not one to toot his own horn, so I asked his students.
What is it about your teacher that helps you guys embrace this love for jazz and music?
He makes it really fun.
Taking action, getting results, and making good music.
Nice to have a place I can call my own now. Have my own key, and it's a place, like I said, it's going to be a home instead of a house now, and it's affordable. That's a great thing.
Our veterans have given so much to us, and it's so awesome to see so much in so many parts of our community wrap our arms around our veterans, our disabled veterans who deserve this great honor.
I lost my house. I lost everything, but I went through a bunch of different times, and it was hard.
To Mr. Dan Hollick, I would like to present this quilt of valor for our appreciation of a great nation, for his service, his sacrifice, and his dedication to freedom.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's going to show there is something for the veterans. You know, a lot of the guys out there on the street, they don't know where to go or what to do. They're just hanging out, and they don't think there's any, hope. And this will show now that there is a shot for them. It doesn't have to be the way they're at now. They just got to ask and work at it.
She's been tracking tidal flooding all day. Jackie.
That's right, Mike. You could say that it looked like some people living here along Poquoson Avenue own lakefront property. That's because parts of the road were underwater. The view from inside a new Channel 3 car as we made our way down Poquoson Avenue this afternoon. It seems many drivers in the area have become accustomed to this. For those who haven't, well, they just headed back the other way. Is it kind of like when this is happening, oh, here we go again, just kind of nonchalant?
Yeah, well, it's flooding again, the water's coming up.
Forming a lake in Lisa Godowski's front yard. It's something she's dealt with for about the last 18 years.
Sometimes it'll get all the way up to the house.
So do you stay inside when it gets like this?
Pretty much. Yeah. We come out, we wear our boots like y'all do.
While boots were a necessity here today, Gadowski says this is not that bad compared to how it can get, like when Hurricane Isabel hit.
We all lost everything, and we had to raise the house so above sea level.
You know, and I just want to show you that, things are really improving right now. I mean, you can see the road again. Cars are moving up and along the road normally again. There is still a little bit of flooding, but it has significantly gone down. And like I said, you can see no splashes as the car drives forward there. Live in Pocosin, Jackie Morlock, News Channel 3.
Was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Norfolk. News Channel 3 photojournalist Matt Sonsalla was there for the service.
Brian's job and what he loved doing so well, that was him. That's what he loved to do. Brian lived his whole life getting ready to do what he did on Friday night. And that was he was getting himself ready to go and meet the Lord. This don't have to be the final resting place. This is just a body. But Rebecca, your children, can all go meet Dad someday. I will sing hallelujah, won't be able to speak it all, I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
New at 5, Norfolk's Economic Development Agency withheld receipts showing its director spent time at a topless pool in Las Vegas, bought booze on the agency's credit card, and took a personal side trip at public expense. Investigator Mike Mather won't explain why it kept those records from the public.
This is the webpage for a posh pool where former Norfolk Economic Development Director Stephen Anderson lounged at taxpayer expense. Its picture gallery promotes DJs, bikinis, and Hollywood celebrities. Online reviews note the women sometimes go topless. But the development agency kept those receipts and records of other questionable expenses away from the public. News Channel 3 heard in July Stephen Anderson's trip to Las Vegas had caused a stir. So under the Open Records Act, we asked for all expense reports related to that trip. The Economic Development Authority responded with a handful of Las Vegas receipts for things as innocuous as hot dogs and muffins. Just after we asked for his records, Anderson resigned from his job. But it wasn't until weeks later News Channel 3 found out the agency had failed to disclose what might have been a reason. In fact, the agency withheld receipts of more than $1,300 in unallowable expenses. The agency did not disclose receipts from the Venus Pool Club or details of Anderson's personal trip to St. Louis, paid for with public money. Further, the agency withheld Las Vegas minibar charges, room service expenses marked intimacy, and receipts for trips to bars. There's more. The agency did not release this document from Anderson himself, explaining what he called unanticipated expenses that busted the trip's $3,000 budget. Finally, the agency withheld this letter from the EDA's board of directors, calling out Anderson for the charges. Here's why we started digging. The agency's initial public records release showed Anderson ate only 4 meals over a week. We noted there were no dinner receipts for the entire trip and no records for his 2 extra days in Vegas. And we asked, where were the records for his side trip to St. Louis? The development agency ignored those questions, but News Channel 3 kept pressing. Finally, on the day when news coverage was dedicated to a killer tornado on the Eastern Shore, the Economic Development Authority sent the rest of the receipts. The records show Anderson spent a lot more than other city officials on the trip. They stayed in hotels as cheap as $92 a night. Anderson's room at Caesar's Palace was closer to $300 a night. The development agency said Anderson's lodging was more expensive because it was the conference hotel. But conference documents show there was no conference hotel. Organizers only provided a list of hotels, and Caesar's Palace was among the most expensive and farthest away. And get this, Anderson booked 2 round-trip tickets for the conference, but only used 1. The public has lost that money. On the flights Anderson did take, records show he repeatedly bought upgrades for early boarding and for extra legroom, adding to the already expensive airfare bill. The agency says it has no policy on these upgrades. News Channel 3 asked on Friday why the Development Authority did not release all the records for this trip as required by law. So far, the agency has ignored that question, too. In Norfolk, Mike Mather, News Channel 3.